Hello, Dave from Geeky Guys here. Just coming on as there's been a big announcement. We don't normally do these kind of news videos or news reaction videos really all that much, but I think this is quite a big one, so thought it was we ought to come on and talk about it. Really, we have had an announcement on Joseph Malatsi's X, formerly known as Twitter, revealing that Amazon Prime have greenlit finally a new Stargate series. Obviously, it's been 14 years since the last major episode that we had with Gauntlet in Stargate universe back in 2011. So it's been a little bit of a hiatus. Obviously, we had the mini series in 2018, Origins, which didn't really go anywhere. It's a bit of a mixed bag of opinions about that. It was more Stargate though, so you can't complain too much. But yes, Joseph Malatsi has revealed there's going to be a new show. He's revealed it on his X, and also Metro and Deadline have put a few details out about it as well. So all quite exciting stuff, and let's hope nothing goes wrong and it all comes together and it happens. That'd be terrible if it doesn't after all this. But a bit of history. Obviously, we started off with the Stargate movie in 1994. Which I'm old enough to have gone to the cinema to see at the time, which ages me a little bit, but that was a really good experience. I remember that being a very different kind of film, really good sci-fi, really good acting, really good chemistry, great cast, good score as well, and just some really good people involved with it, which I think is why it probably carried on and it lasted as long as it did. Obviously, Joseph Malatsi was showrunner, writer, executive producer on all three Stargate series. So he's had a big involvement with it, and he's got an involvement in the new show as well. He's mentioned he's accepted that. Obviously, the Stargate movie, we had James Spader, Kurt Russell, Amanda Tapping, Leon Rippey, amongst others. And then we had kind of the nice follow-up series, 97 to 2007. We had Stargate SG-1, which was a nice follow-on from the movie, very seamlessly sat alongside it, with Richard Dean Anderson of MacGyver fame. Michael Shanks, Amanda Tapping, who's like the queen of sci-fi and geekiness pretty much, Christopher Judge, Don S. Davis, Terrell Rothery, and Ben Browder, who ended up being in Farscape, which is another fantastic sci-fi show. You should check it out if you've not seen it, that's very good. Then we had Stargate Atlantis 2004 to 2009, Joe Flanagan, Rachel Luttrell, David Hewlett, Tori Higginson, Jason Momoa in a TV series, obviously a big movie star now, Paul McGillian. And then we ended up with Stargate Universe, which was the last major Stargate series, 2009 till 2011. And then we had a little bit of a kind of fan involvement, bit of a push for a new series, and we got Stargate Origins in 2018, which only lasted that year for a few episodes. So it was a nice little mini series, as I say, very mixed bag of feelings and opinions on that one. I've not actually seen it myself. I've not seen Universe or Origins. I know that's bad, but I kind of didn't know that Stargate Universe was out until it was well into its run, and kind of it seemed a bit of a way to catch up, and watching other things and busy doing other stuff, never got around to it. So this will be a good opportunity now to watch those bits I haven't seen, the last bits of Atlantis and Universe and Origins, to get fully caught up before the new series comes out. Now, apparently the new series is going to have heavy involvement from the original creatives behind the Stargate movie, Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich mainly. And as we said earlier, obviously Joseph Malatsi's accepted a role within the team as well, so that's really good to hear. Apparently Brad Wright is involved in it as well, which I think is important. You have the original people that know what it's all about and know the history and know the feeling about it from the fans and what's worked and what hasn't in the past. So I think that's really important. That'll help it no end, rather than new people coming on and trying to do something weird and wild card, completely different. It doesn't always work, so that's good. Obviously, originally the Stargate movie was supposed to be a trilogy, The idea was that it was going to carry on, and they were going to have an 8th and 9th chevron. There was going to have a Mayan Stargate, and then it was going to go to a 9th chevron, which connected the whole universe, all the worlds together. So that would have been interesting. Didn't happen because MGM kind of messed about with the rights just before the Stargate movie came out, so the continued movies got cancelled, and they ended up obviously going for TV series instead, which kind of worked, but it did mean that Roland Emmerich did have a bit of bad blood with the Stargate franchise over the following years, saying that it was like a child being torn away from him. So it created a lot of bad blood, a lot of bad feelings. So it's good to hear that that he's coming back on board and going to be helping with this new series as well. And we've been told that this new show is going to be canonical and ties into the original movie and shows. We don't know at the moment where the timeline is going to be in this new show, but it's been rumoured that it's going to be Earth-based with an Earth-based team, and we may see a retooling of the 8th chevron Mayan Stargate idea. So they might bring back what they wanted to do with the original films, movie 2 and 3, in the new series. So that'll be interesting. It'd be good if they do get to do that, because obviously we didn't get a chance to see that before, because MGM looked about with the rights and buggered that up. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with that. And they've said it's going to be the perfect jumping on point for first time viewers, which is always important, but at the same time it will honour the existing past of the franchise as well. One of the reasons for that is because the new series is being created by longtime franchise veteran Martin Gero, or Giro, however you pronounce it, who works on SG-1, Atlantis and Universe, writing such notable fan favourites as The Storm, The Eye, Duet, First Strike, Be All My Sins Remembered, and many more. So it's a very good person to be helming the show, as I said before, about people that know it well, that have worked on it for a long time, that know what works, what doesn't, what the fans like, what things that have caused controversies, things that people have not been so happy about. So that's going to be really good. And joining production of the new series, as I said earlier, is Brad Wright, co-creator and co-showrunner of all the Stargate that's come before, so it's great he's involved. And Joseph Malatsi, as I say, is joining the team as well. Apparently Martin has already done a lot of the preliminary lifting, writing the pilot script and series overview that details its show, its world and characters, as well as his plans for the first season and beyond. So it's good that they've got that pre-work all done and in place, ready to go. So that makes production a lot quicker, a lot more seamless. People know what's expected, what the plan is. Everybody can be on the same page and just get to work, so that's good. Between now and the series premiere, somewhere down the line, no idea at the moment of when the premiere of the new series is going to be, the writers' room's got to be put together, so they're having a writers' room on the show, which I think would be good for developing interest in different types of scripts that'll make the show varied and explore some new ideas, not just revolve some of the old ones, which is good, but you need some new stuff in there as well, so that's good news. And they need to spin the stories, more scripts need to be written, prep needs to be started, crew hired, actors cast, because that's not been done yet, and eventually the new Stargate series will be produced. Martin Gero shares Joseph's philosophy when it comes to dialing in the fandom, so expect to receive updates throughout the prep, production and post-process, concept art, behind the scenes photos, videos and insights, breaking news and much more. So once they've got more to tell us about it, we will hear about it. They've put a promise on that, so we'll be hearing about it. So yeah, it sounds like we're going to be heading through the gates at least one more time. Hopefully a few more times would be good. Let's hope that Chevron 8 is locked in, and 9 as well later on. And obviously it's a while ago, as I said, since we had the last Stargate, 14 years since we had the last episode, Gauntlet, from Stargate Universe. And it's glad to hear as well that it's not just going to be a reboot or completely scrapping everything, writing it from new again, because everybody hates that. Nobody wants something completely new. It's good to have a lot of new, but some nice, familiar and established stuff in there as well. I think that always helps the show if you've got that and you're not starting from scratch and trying to do something completely wild card and random. Sometimes that can be a massive hit and it can work, but very rarely, especially with sci-fi. So I think this is the best thing to do: keep the fans happy, keep some of the established stuff in there, go to some new areas, explore some new ideas. I think that'll be perfect, to be honest. But it's going to stay faithful to the franchise and stories which have gone before, but it's also going to be new and take things forward. So I think that that sounds very good to me. Yeah, so I think it's very good news. Obviously, let us know what you think. If we do hear any more news about the show, obviously we'll update you on our socials, potentially put another video out on YouTube as well. But the basics of it is there's a new Stargate series coming. A lot of the old people are involved. Scripts are being written. Writers' teams room is being put together. Cast is being put together, and it sounds like they're really going to push to bring it back strongly, and hopefully we'll have some Stargate back for a good while and not just a quick 6 episodes and gone again, which would be ridiculous. Let's have the show back. Let's have a few series. Let's explore a story, meet a new cast. They've even said potentially they could bring some of the old cast in as well, potentially. I don't think they'll do a lot of that, but they said they may look at potentially like a new cast mixed with some familiar faces like Daniel Jackson and Jack O'Neill. And obviously they are getting on in age a little bit now, and it depends on how much they're going to want to come into a series, and if it's a cameo maybe, but if it's like a recurring role, then not sure if they'll be quite so up for that, but we'll see. Maybe there would be. They'll have to ask the question, see what happens. But yeah, I think a mix of familiar and new sounds really good. So let's see what happens. If we hear anything else, we will let you know. And yeah, keep an eye on the socials, keep an eye on the YouTube channel, and we hear anything else it'll be put out there. Obviously keep a check on Joseph Malazzi's social platforms, especially on X. He'll be putting plenty up on there, and I'm sure Brad Wright will be coming out, and Roland Emmerich at some point with some more information, updated information as well. So obviously look out for that, and we'll see what happens with it. Until next time.